When it comes to securing miter joints, there's a few ways that you can do it. One being using miter keys, and the other one using miter splines. Tim, a fellow guild member, sent me the SketchUp file on how to do this on these miters using a router bit at the router table. So let me show you how I did it. I'm here at the table saw, and I've got my miter sled on the table saw here, and my blade tilted to 45. And I'm going to reference the kerf that's in my fence, and I'm going to line these pieces up to cut a miter in each of the two pieces. And to hold the piece down, I'm just going to use the rubber portion of a pencil. This helps keep my hand away from the blade. And now we've got a good clean miter here, so it's time to move over to the router table. All right, we're here at the router table, and I've got the router table set up so that the blade is set to 3/8 of an inch in height, and the fence is set back 1/8 of an inch behind the blade. And typically when I push these through, I would use my miter gauge, but since they're so short, I'm not able to do that. So I'm going to take the second board here, place it behind it, and this will effectively make this one wide piece. And now I'm going to take this piece and put it behind the second one. All right, so this is what we're left with. We're left with a centered 1/4 inch spline on this 1/2 inch stock. But if for some reason you don't want that showing on your board, but you want the spline for the added strength, what you could do is take a couple of stop blocks, clamp them to your fence, and then when you bring your piece up to the fence, just do the pivot, drop it on the bit, push it so far, and stop. And do the same thing on your second piece, and that'll create a stopped groove on your board, so that way you'll have the spline on the inside of your board, but you won't see it on the ends of your boxes. So now let me show you what it looks like with the piece glued in. So I'm using a piece of cherry as a nice contrasting woods, and I'm ready to glue it up. So I've just got some masking tape here that I'm going to be using to act as clamps. So I just got the pieces laying face down on the workbench here. And I'm going to run 2 pieces of tape over the miter. So now I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to use some CA glue for the demo purposes, but you could use your regular yellow glue, of course. And I'm just going to put a little bit in the groove here. And then I'm going to stick it in here, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom of this miter. And I'm going to hang on to it for just a second here until it gets tacky. All right, the glue is set up a little bit, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape off. And I'm going to use a flush cut saw to remove this excess. And for the rest of it, I'm just going to use my chisel and pare it away. All right, so this is the outcome of it. It's a nice centered 1/4 inch squared piece on these 1/2 inch boards. You could go larger, you could go smaller on these just to adjust your router table accordingly. This is a really awesome way to secure these miters, and I think that this would last for many years. I want to thank Tim for sending me the SketchUp information on this file. I appreciate that, Tim. And you guys should go check out the SimpleCove Guild. We're building this raised panel box, and we're moving right along. It's free for everyone to join, and there's really nothing to join. You just go watch the videos. They're over there. They're free. Got free files for the plans, and I think that you guys would like it. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next build video.